Okay, another postcard from the edge. So, you're moving house to Scotland, if you're like us, um, and perhaps you, like us, are using it as an option, as an opportunity rather, to sort your life out. Yeah, we've got an attic full of stuff, all that stuff that you think you should keep just in case. All that stuff you're saving for a rainy day. I've got a garage full of stuff. We've got a house full of stuff. And we thought that it would be a good idea to go through all our stuff and get rid of a lot of the stuff we've accumulated that we don't want to cart to Scotland. Now, there's a number of advantages. First of all, you haven't got to pay the removal firm to move it. You might only need one truck instead of two trucks. You haven't got to lug it about. It's not going to clutter up the new property. You might need a smaller property, and so that will save you an awful lot of money if you can move from a 4-bedroom house to a 3-bedroom house, or you no longer need a double garage. You can get into a single garage or whatever. And I don't know, just having a lot less stuff seems like a really good idea to me. So we thought we'd have a strategy of going through the house, starting with our attic, sorting all that out and working through our house, going through the garage, going through all our bedrooms, all the cupboards, everything. And we're kind of going through that process at the moment. So first thing I would say is I hope you've got stamina, because it takes stamina. You will discover stuff you've forgotten you've got. You will discover stuff, probably, if you're anything like us, you think, why on earth did I buy this in the first place? Or why didn't I throw it away years ago? What on earth was I thinking keeping it? And we sort of decided to have a multi-pronged approach. So we thought there would be stuff that would be appropriate to go to charity shops, help charities get a bit of money back and help them. We thought some stuff would be ideal to go on Amazon Marketplace. There'll be some stuff that would be ideal to go on eBay. There will be some stuff that would be appropriate to go on Vinted and get some money back from that. And there will be some stuff for car boot sales. And so we thought what we would do is we would start to organise it into piles in the loft and in the garage, labelled up: this stuff for eBay, this stuff for Amazon Marketplace, this stuff for Vinted, this stuff for car boot. And of course there will be stuff just to go into the tip. And so we've been doing tip runs. That's wonderfully cathartic. I love taking stuff to the tip and getting rid of it. Our tip is really good, probably like yours. It's all done so that most of the stuff goes to recycle, and that's very satisfying. These piles under these labels that we put up in the loft got very big very quickly. The stuff for the charity shops, straight off to the charity shop, so managed to clear that away very quickly. The tip stuff has been going as we've been doing it very quickly, but there's these 4 piles, car boot sales, Vinted, Amazon Marketplace and eBay, getting very big very quickly. And then you're faced with this thing, when it comes to eBay, Amazon Marketplace and Vinted, you've got to photograph it, you've got to list it, you've got the fees, and at the same time you're trying to prepare your house to put on the market, and you're searching for properties, and you're perhaps travelling, in our case, to Scotland to do viewings, and you're also living your normal busy life, and all of a sudden your good intentions of listing stuff and maybe generating some money to help pay for the move, and you're getting some money back from this stuff, all of a sudden the enthusiasm for that sort of dwindles a little bit. And so, confession time, what we've done is we've amalgamated those 4 piles into pretty much one big pile called car boot sales. So we've now already done 3 car boot sales, and we quite enjoy car boot sales, really. We haven't done any for years, but we've been going to the car boot sales, and we found that car boot sales have changed a bit. We did the last time we did car boot sales was when we were moving into this property 20 odd years ago, and we generated quite a bit of cash. Fantastic. But people don't pay as much on car boot sales anymore. It's not like they used to. And it feels like we've been giving stuff away, really. But we've just been sucking it up, basically. And it's just like, yeah, whatever you want to give us, just get rid of it. So some people out there, and I presume that a lot of them are eBayers and vintage sellers, eBay resellers and vintage resellers and so on. And hopefully they've got some real bargains and they're making a bit of a living out of it, out of us. And that's fair enough. We honestly have cleared a lot of stuff and hopefully they're making some money out of it, because they're going through all that photographing and listing and all the fees and going to the post office and those postal lockers and all that kind of thing. We've realised we just have not got time to do it, and probably it's cost us a lot of money, but we've made some money. I guess out of 3 trips to the car boot sales, we've made close on £1,000 out of that stuff, and that's selling stuff for virtually nothing, really. Nothing like what really it's worth. But that money has helped fund our trips up to Scotland to view properties, and that's fair enough. That's been really helpful. I would imagine we're probably going to have to still do another 2 or 3 car boot sales. There is some stuff that probably we are going to put on Vinted and eBay, where we just can't bear to sell it for absolutely nothing. So there will be some stuff going on car boots onto the channels. Hopefully we'll get some money from that. But I really urge you to do car boot sales. And if you have got time and you've got the wherewithal and the energy to resell, then eBay, Vinted and so on, get some money in to help you with the cost of the move, because the costs of the move are exorbitant. When you factor in the cost of the removal firm, your legal fees, the property tax you're going to have to pay, the costs of going and doing, if like us, you're having to go to Scotland and so on, of doing viewings, all of that really adds up to a significant amount of money. So any money you can get back from selling the stuff you don't really need in your life, from simplifying your life, from downsizing, is really going to help you. So have a strategy. In our case, probably we haven't maximised the money that we could have done if we'd have taken more time over it and put more effort into it. We've taken a decision not to do that because we decided actually we want to move quicker and just get the process over and done with. Maybe we shouldn't have done that, but that's the decision we've taken. But be prepared for some early mornings with those car boot sales. Enjoy the banter with people, enjoy the selling process, have some fun with people, take lots of change, take some bags because people are always asking for a bag to cut the stuff off with, and be prepared to give people a bargain. Be prepared to haggle. Don't put stupid prices on stuff on car boot sales. People won't buy it and you'll end up only having to bring it back home. People are looking for an absolute rock bottom bargain on a car boot sale. So unless you're willing to go backwards and forwards to car boot sales endlessly, go with a view of, sell and come home with an empty vehicle. That's what we're doing. And then what we don't sell will go to charity shops and the tip. And we're finding it very cathartic to get rid of all our stuff. So that's been our strategy. We are trying to take as little as possible up to Scotland. What we take to Scotland with us will be our most treasured possessions, the stuff we really use, the stuff we really wear, the stuff we really want in our new property. And we feel like it's kind of very cleansing and it's a fresh start. So that's part of our process, and it's all part of this period of getting ready to move. And it's also helping us tidy up the home for viewings. We're not at the stage where we're doing viewings yet, but hopefully the place is going to be tidier and easier to present. You have to kind of stage the house, don't you, for viewings. That's the advice, as I understand it. Make the house look as appealing as possible. So the more stuff we can get rid of, the easier that will be, and the more appealing, hopefully, the house will be for the viewings. So that's where we are. That's what we've been doing. We're exhausted, but we've got a goal in mind, and you've got to work hard to achieve your goals. And so we're willing to do that. So that's this postcard from the edge. I hope it's got you thinking about how you can do yours. And like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.